Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report, because without you guys, this just doesn't work. What a difference a week makes. I mean, I know some of you guys aren't happy that we didn't go for the big name guys, the Sammy Watkins, we didn't land him, and so on and so forth. And I got to tell you, one of these things that drives me freaking crazy is when people will say, oh, it's just for depth. What? Are you kidding me? Dudes, the New England Patriots win Super Bowl after Super Bowl because of their depth. Because they can lose a Gronkowski. They can lose an Edelman. But they have depth that can step in and play and perform in their system. Had we had depth, we could have made a run in the playoffs. It was depth that enabled the Philadelphia Eagles to withstand losing Jason Peters, their linebacker Hicks, losing running backs. It was depth that carried them through. It was depth having Nick Foles. Don't give me this, oh, it's just for depth. That was our biggest problem last year. Tyron Smith went down. Our depth was Chaz Green that got eaten for lunch. That made Claiborne millions of dollars. I hope he sends Chaz Green a present because he literally made a name for him. Some of Cowboy fans, no matter what happens, you won't be satisfied. And it's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. But now we're finally in doing some things in free agency for depth and possibly starters. Now, you guys know, I got my day job. I got all kinds of stuff I have to do at home and everything else. And I try and keep up with everything that goes on. I'm literally got my ears to the grindstone trying to find out as much information and stuff that's out there. And I came across a couple of articles now that people believe that this is the beginning of the end of Dez Bryant as a Dallas Cowboy. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but sometime soon, they believe that Dez is out of here. We heard Mike Fisher say that somebody in the organization wants Dez Bryant gone. I was reading an article by Jean-Jacques Taylor, and he said that this is definitely the end of Dez. He said, had Sammy Watkins been signed last week, Dez was out. The fact that they've signed now 2 wide receivers, that means there's 7 on the roster. Generally speaking, they only carry 5 for game day, and Ryan Switzer is basically the special teams guy. So there's a numbers game, and of course somebody's got to go. He believes it's Dez Bryant because of the salary, but beyond the salary, he puts it after signing that $70 million contract that he's averaged basically 50 catches and 600 yards every year since then. Now, that's not any different than any wide receiver. I said when we were in the process of doing Dez Bryant's contract, everybody said, pay the man, just pay the man, he's worth it. I pointed out that, generally speaking, when you've had wide receivers that have made that mega contract, we're talking like Megatron, Larry Fitzgerald, it's at the peak of their numbers. From that point on, their numbers go down. And if you want, I'll do a graph for it, but it's the truth. And the reality is at 28, 29, your skills start to diminish. You're not a spring chicken anymore. You've had all kinds of hits. You've got nagging injuries that don't heal automatically, in a day or two. It's Mother Nature. Father Time. You can't beat Father Time. So the skills have eroded, but he pointed out it's more than just the skills. He pointed out, and I want to know what you guys feel about this, but he pointed out it's the other things. It's being injured and not showing up for treatment. or showing up late or not showing up at all. It's missed meetings. It's headlines of his making or not of his making that are off the field. It's attitude at coaches at times that he believes that these are reasons why the Dallas Cowboys want to move on. I was saying to Michael earlier, there are a lot of great wide receivers out there. A lot of very colorful ones that we love to watch, you know? You always want to watch T.O. because T.O. would do something special, and then he'd have the antics, you know? You'd see him, of course, with the popcorn in the face and everything else. You see, you love me some me. You see Randy Moss out there, you know, mooning the goalposts. You'd see Odell Beckham getting his butt whipped by the kicking net and then making out and proposing to the kicking net, you know? You'd see Ocho Cinco, you know, wearing the Hall of Fame jacket on the sidelines. You'd see all of these things. Man, we love to see that stuff. But you know what? Not one of those guys, not a single one of them have a Super Bowl ring. Not one. There have been tons of great wide receivers out there. I'm sorry, Randy Moss. Let me take him off the list. Randy Moss got it together with New England. Forget it. Didn't mean to put Randy Moss on that list. But you get where I'm going here. It wasn't when he was in his heyday. It was actually when he was later in his career and wasn't quite as vocal. But you still got Megatron out there. You got Larry Fitzgerald that's out there. About the only diva ones that you really have seen are like guys like Hines Ward, but you can't question a Hines Ward, Mr. Cheap Shot himself. So in the grand scheme of things, when you're looking at the ultimate goal being the Super Bowl, is a great wide receiver or one who's a diva truly necessary to win a Super Bowl? I want to know what you guys think on that one. Is this the beginning of the end, like Gene Taylor says? He does have some points there. I'm not sure that this is just yet ready for the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys would bring in one more guy or get a guy in the draft. If that happens, then Dez Bryant would definitely be gone. And if they do something with Dez Bryant, it would be after the draft, and it would be a June 1st cut. At least that would be my opinion. So as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching the Jobu Sports Report. We just hit 21,000, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in, supporting me, and being part of the Dallas Cowboys Mojo. I will see you guys soon. Hello, friends. CowboyJobu here with an unsolicited opinion on the Jobu wings. You were saying about the wings?
The wings are the best I've ever had. Hands down. Awesome.
Okay, well, we've been passing out our recipe. If you actually look on our YouTube channel, we have all the recipes for all this stuff on here.
With the women, with the ladies.
You know that. Okay, slide in a little bit here. Okay, all right, so on 3. Okay, get in there, man. Okay, we're gonna do How About Them Cowboys. Okay, all right, everybody, on 3, How About Them Cowboys. 1, 2, 3.